What's up, y'all? Yes, sir. NASCAR is back, and y'all, we're ready for an exciting season here on the Go at CeeLo. We hope to bring you all the action, all three series this year, like we did last year, and we're looking forward to spending the season with you. Now, this weekend, we're here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina for the Cookout Clash, a nice opener as a prelude to the Speed Weeks in Daytona coming up in just a couple of weeks for the great American race, the Daytona 500. So let's learn a little bit about Bowman Gray before we get into our paint scheme and race weekend preview. Now, Bowman Gray Stadium, built in 1937. Now, its first ever event in this stadium was Wake Forest Demon Deacons versus the Duke Blue Devils football game. Any fans out there? Now, Bowman is a NASCAR sanctioned quarter mile asphalt flat oval short track, say that three times fast, and a long standing football stadium in Winston-Salem, North Carolina for the Winston-Salem State University. Now, it also at one time, as we talked about, was the home of the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. It is one of Stock Car's most legendary venue and is referred to as NASCAR's longest running weekly racetrack. Its first auto race was a midget racing on dirt. Now, in 1947, they paved this track, and they had their very first NASCAR sanctioned event, and it took place on May 18th, 1949, and it was won by Fonty Flock. Never heard of him. As Dale Jr. said, this place is a cornerstone for what stock car racing is, has been, and always will be the place where fenders rubbed, tempers flared, and legends have been racing here since 1949. The Madhouse returns. Now, some of those greats that started here, Richard Petty, the King, got his first start here. Bobby Allison, Wendell Scott, Rex White, Ned Jarrett. Now, if you've seen, you know some of those names, you've been around a while, and I know we have some fans that have been watching racing for a while. So let me know if you know some of those guys. But the list can go on and on who has raced here. But this track has hosted multiple racing events over the years, and now the NASCAR Cup Series. The new generation gets to make their mark on this track. Now, the Cookout Clash will run on Sunday night, 200 laps, about 50 miles. It should be very interesting, though there's a lead up to the main race. So let's get into the schedule. The fastest lap from the final practice session for each competitor will determine the starting lineup. The fastest qualifier will start on the pole for the first heat race. The second fastest qualifier will start on the pole for the second heat race. And the third fastest qualifier and the fourth fastest qualifier will all start on their pole for their each respective heat races. There's going to be only 4 heat races. Now the fifth fastest qualifier will start second in heat 1 and so on. There will be 4 of these, which will be 25 laps. Only green flag laps will count. There will be no overtime. The top 5 finishers from each heat race, 20 total drivers, will advance to the Clash, the Cookout Clash, on Sunday evening. Now, on Sunday afternoon, cars that have not advanced to the Clash will compete in this event called the Last Chance Qualifier. Now, the starting position will be determined by where they finished in their respective heat races for this Last Chance Qualifier. Now, this race is 75 laps, only green flag laps count, and there's no overtime. The 23rd and final standing spot in this race for the Clash, there's only 23 cars total for the final race, is reserved for the driver who finished the highest in 2024 driver point standings who has yet to transfer to the Clash. So take a look at the standings, you kind of know who might be it. Now, the Clash is 200 laps. It's only green flag laps count as the other races. A time break will take place at the halfway point at 100 laps, and then we'll finish the 100 laps to crown the champion of the Cookout Clash. So now, you guys know all about the events leading up to this race. Now let's get to the paint schemes. Every Friday here on our channel, we'll be bringing you the paint schemes and the race weekend preview like we did all last year. and we'll do it every Friday. So make sure you subscribe to On the Go with CeeLo if you're new, so you don't miss any of the paint schemes and you don't miss any of the information for the race weekend that we'll be going to. So let's get it. So here's the paint schemes. And when I come back, I'll tell you about my favorite paint schemes of the week, some I don't like, and in the comments below, I want you guys to tell me who your favorite paint schemes are and who you don't like. And at the end, we'll talk about who we think's gonna win. So here's the paint schemes, and let's go. All right, I hope you enjoy those paint schemes. They'll get a little longer next week or in 2 weeks in Daytona. But on these paint schemes, we'll be showing you the NASCAR Cup Series, the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series if they're all racing that weekend. So, who is your favorite paint scheme for the Clash? Make sure you comment in the comments below. Okay, so here are some of my favorites and my not so favorites, some comments on some ones as well. And I'm going to start it off with the Watermelon Man, Ross Chastain, and that #1 Busch Light Chevrolet. It's Trackhouse Racing. They've had some amazing ones last year, and I like this one too. Now, Austin Cindric and that #2 Frontline Ford, it looks kind of plain. Ugh. I guess I like the blue color though. I don't know. Now, Noah Gragson in that #4 Ford for Front Row Motorsports in his new ride, True Timber Ford. He looks ready to start a whole new career at Front Row Motorsports. Same paint scheme, same great driver. Watch Larson this weekend. And that #5 Hendrick Chevrolet. Can Justin Haley soar to victory with that eagle on his car and that #7 Fraternal Order of Eagles Chevrolet? Spire Motorsports, Justin Haley. Rowdy's going to spin someone this weekend. Watch out, Recky. He still remembers. Watch out. But Rowdy never forgets. And Can we bring back the Skittles? Would love to see Rowdy in the Skittles car again. Well, you don't have to worry about looking at the FedEx anymore, but I'll make you look at the Sports Clips number 11 Toyota. It's a little bit longer. Hey, I got to do something. Man, I need a new hat. That's what I need. Now, Bowman Gray legend Tim Brown gets his start here in that number 15 Rick Ware Racing Jerry Hunt Ford. I love those wheels as I did all last year. Now, no Martin Truex. He is done, but the same paint job. Briscoe is going to win some races this year in this car. Hopefully, the bad luck is out of that car. Truex had some bad luck in that thing last year in that Bass Pro Shops Toyota. Let's see what happens to Briscoe. Christopher Bell, that number 20 Mobil 1 paint job. I love the Mobil 1 paint job. You know I do. Looks really good. Now, Josh Berry in that number 21 Wood Brothers Ford. His new ride. It's kind of a throwback, it looks like to me. All that red. I don't know. Now, Joey Logano. I can't believe he's a defending champ. I can't believe he pulled it off. A lot of people can't believe he pulled it off. But same paint scheme. That number 22 Pennzoil Ford. Now, Bubba in that 23 Lido's Toyota. Not my favorite at all. It's ugly. Don't like it. Bring back the McDonald's. Should have been in that. Now, the number 34 Front Row Motorsports, Todd Gilliland in his new ride. No more McDowell. But don't like the paint job. Don't like the paint scheme at all. Maybe because I don't like Long John Silvers. Any of you guys like Long John Silvers? Comment in the comments below. Riley Herbst, new rookie, front to go fight for Rookie of the Year. And there's another Monster Energy car in the NASCAR Cup Series. Could he win some races this year? Riley Herbst for 2311 Racing. Zane Smith in Front Row Motorsports in that number 38 Speedy Cash Ford in his new ride. I hope they bring back the pickle car. I know Todd Gilliland was in it last year, but bring it back for Zane Smith. Now, Mr. Cole Custard, as we called him, he's not going to be in that Andy's Ford this time. And it's not Ryan Preece. But bring back the ice cream. I hope they bring up the Andy's Custard for Mr. Cole Custard. Haas Factory back in NASCAR Cup Series. Still. Tyler Reddick, Toyota, that number 45. Unbannable Jordan Toyota. Jordan paint scheme. Love it with that white. I think there's more to this story than just banned shoes for Jordan. But I think NASCAR knows what they mean. Ryan Preece and his new 60 Fastenal Ford, his new ride. Should be interesting to see what he can do this year. RFK Racing, can they give him a good car to run? I think he can make some noise this year in the Cups, but I like this paint job. Fastenal Ford. Now, McDowell, will he take as many poles? Michael McDowell in that new 71 Spire. Can he take as many poles as he did last year in that 34 car? Good possibility, but we'll have to see. But watch out for Michael McDowell this year. And another Trackhouse masterpiece. And then put SVG in it? Now you're talking. And ooh, can you see the Red Bull on the front bumper? I'm all about this paint scheme. And it's my favorite paint scheme of the week. SVG in that 88. Nice. All right, so here's my predictions for the race. Normally at this time we go over last week's race, but since this is the first race of the year, we're going to give you straight to the predictions. Normally we'll give you a recap of the race of the following year, last week, the week before. So here it is. I predict Kyle Larson to win the Clash. Yes, I know it's an easy way out, but after a disappointing end of the season and him not winning the championship and him dominating all last year, I think he takes the weekend. I think Kyle Larson wins here. And we did last year, we picked a dark horse too. So here's my dark horse for winning the Clash. Chase Briscoe. Yes, Chase Briscoe. He starts it off strong for Joe Gibbs Racing in that number 19 Bass Pro Shops. The bad luck is out of that car. He brings the good luck and heads to Daytona on a high. Chase Briscoe is my dark horse. All right, y'all. So that is the paint scheme and race weekend preview here for the Cookout Clash here at Bowman Gray. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you hit the like button for us on this video. And if you're new watching us, make sure you hit the subscribe. We love new folks. And coming up this weekend, right here on the link above, is going to be our first race of the weekend. Practice and qualifying and the heat races on Saturday night for the Cookout Clash. So make sure you over there and hit the like for us as well. So we'll see you on Saturday for a fun time. And then Sunday for the Cookout Clash. We'll have that for you as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And make sure you comment below as well. Tell me who you think is going to win this race. And who do you think is going to be your dark horse for the Cookout Clash. All right, guys, we will see you soon. We'll see you at the track. We'll see you in the streams. And let's go racing, baby. We're back. We're back. It's NASCAR right here on the Go with CeeLo. Let's go.